For better or worse, the name on everybody's lips right now is Rachel Zegler. The breakout star of Steven Spielberg's West Side Story is once again at the center of a whirlwind of internet discourse, industry speculation, and heated public opinion. This time, the controversy surrounds her latest project, Disney's live-action Snow White, a film that stumbled spectacularly at the box office, earning just $43 million domestically and $87 million worldwide in its opening weekend. That's a major miss for a movie that reportedly cost upwards of $350 million to produce and market. In Hollywood, when something fails this big, there's always a scramble to assign blame. And in the case of Snow White, many critics and insiders seem to be pointing the finger directly at its leading lady. But is that fair? As more details come to light, many are finding that the real story behind the Snow White fallout is more nuanced and, in some cases, far more sympathetic to the 23-year-old actress at its center. Rachel Zegler's Snow White saga didn't begin at the premiere. It began years earlier, back in June 2021, when her casting was first announced. Zegler, a Latina, faced immediate backlash from some Disney traditionalists and conservative fans who didn't agree with a non-white actress playing the iconic role. From there, the tension only grew. Zegler stirred controversy by calling the original fairy tale weird and promising that the remake would take a different, more modern approach. She didn't hold back, and in Hollywood, that's both rare and risky. Then came perhaps the most politically charged moment of all, her vocal support for Palestine amid the ongoing Gaza conflict. After thanking fans for the positive reception to the film's trailer, Zegler tweeted, "And always remember, Free Palestine." That single post prompted Disney to fly producer Mark Platt to New York for a sit-down conversation about the tweet's impact. Disney reportedly saw Zegler's stance as problematic, especially in light of co-star Gal Gadot's vocal support for Israel. Tweet led to extra security for Gadot and a Disney-mandated social media vetting process for Zegler going forward. The studio was reportedly becoming wary of Zegler's candid political expression, especially after she took a swipe at Donald Trump following his re-election in 2024. The optics were complicated, and Disney, as a brand-conscious behemoth, wasn't happy. By the time Snow White reached theaters on March 21st, the writing was on the wall. Disney appeared to be distancing itself from Zegler. The premiere, a quiet afternoon event, closed to the press. Unusual, especially compared to other Disney releases like Moana 2, which received the red carpet treatment. Behind the scenes, unnamed sources hinted that Disney was dissatisfied, not with the movie, but with Zegler herself. Rachel Zegler should not be playing Snow White, one anonymous insider told Vulture. She trended across social platforms. Fans, critics, and fellow celebrities came to her defense. Film critic David Ehrlich tweeted, "Rachel Zegler rules and so obviously has a lifetime of incredible roles ahead of her." The support was passionate and pointed. Even those attempting to critique Zegler were met with fierce opposition. Jonah Platt, son of Snow White producer Mark Platt, accused her of dragging her personal politics into the movie's rollout. The backlash was immediate. Fans flooded his comments until he deleted the post entirely. Meanwhile, Zegler's original tweet, still standing. It's worth noting that despite the film's commercial struggles, Zegler's performance was largely praised. Critics highlighted her voice, her emotional depth, and her charisma on screen. Snow White holds a 42% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but Zegler herself, she's come out of this storm looking more respected than ever, at least to many observers, and she may be planning her next move with that in mind. Zegler's next project takes her out of Hollywood and into the theater, the West End to be specific. She's set to star in Jamie Lloyd's new production of Evita. A return to the stage, a return to her roots, a move that some see as both smart and soulful. So, what does this mean for Rachel Zegler's future? If the current conversation is any indication, she's not going anywhere. While Disney may be feeling grumpy about Snow White, Zegler seems far more happy than bashful. She's taken the criticism, the finger pointing, and the whispers and kept walking. In an industry where silence is often safer than speaking up, Rachel Zegler chose to use her voice. Whether you agree with her or not, that takes courage. And in the long run, that may be the quality that defines her most. For better or worse, Rachel Zegler is here to stay.